Good morning. Now, this is the first trial lesson, and I'm going to talk about the very basic um, grammar lesson is MR. And you can tell if we study English, there are four different areas we have to talk about. Um, we have to talk about verb. We can talk about noun. We can talk about adverb. We can talk about adjective. And its MR actually is belongs to this part, the red one. But before we actually go through every different part, A part, B part, C part, we have to understand a little bit more about some very important thing. Everyone learn a stuff in a different stage. The first stage, second stage, third stage, and fourth stage. And each stage actually talking about what is it and why we have to study this topic and how to use it in a proper way, and at the end we master it. So you can see this is the first stage, what is it, and this is the second stage, why we have to learn it, and the first stage is how could we use it, and of course the final stage is how to master it. And actually its MR was word, they are belongings to verb to be family. So its MR actually is a present tense of verb to be, and you can see in these different sentences, okay, different sentence will use different one of them, either am or is or are. But what makes the difference? Then we have to focus to the other part of the sentence. Okay, the subject. Okay, and we talk about this a little bit more. Second question, why we have to learn this? To more precise, actually is MR. When you use it in a sentence, it could tell us more about what is the subject, or how does a subject look like. For example, sentence number one, my name is Lisa. This sentence is telling you what is the name about. The name is about Lisa. And more about I. 22 is telling you how old is he. And this part is telling you more about the status of a person. Are married. And moreover, this sentence, I'm America. America is telling you more of I. What country does it belongs to? I'm from Chicago. This one is the same. And my favorite color. This sentence, the subject is my favorite color, which is blue. And this information is telling you more about favorite color. Another part. I, student. Okay, who am I? A student. And my favorite sports. What is my favorite sports? Previously, every sentence is simply using, for example, one stuff to talk about. Lisa, married, Chicago, American, blue, student. But this one is a little bit different, and you can see they have more than one, so that's why they use another one, R. And swimming and football, and sports. All right. The other one, my father is a doctor. A doctor. My mother is a journalist. Okay, my mother. All right, telling you what kinds of jobs she has. And the other part. Okay, take a look at this one. I interested or not. But this whole part is telling you more about his hobbies. And from these few sentences, actually they're telling you a very important reason of using is MR, telling you more about what is the person, or how does she look like, or even you can tell a status, the favorite colors, and the sport she likes, and the hobby she like, and more about person jobs, and more about the status of a person, where does it come from. And you can find out that actually all of this sentence belongs to a pattern. What pattern are they? They're using pattern 2. All of these sentences belongs to pattern 2, and the function of verb to be is to link up what? Link up the subject as well as the other part. For example, American. I, American. How can we link them together? We use the verb to be, right? This underlying verb is MR actually function as a linking verb. And the other part of the program, actually part B. Part B is telling you how to use it. According to the rules of grammars, different subjects actually is using different verb to be when it is in present tense. For example, I should use am. He, she, and it we'll use its. We, you, and they, we use are. But what is negative? That negative mean we have not here. And the same subject actually is easy because we simply adding not. Okay? He, I'm not. He is not. She is not. It is not. And we are not. You are not. And they are not. They must pair in a proper order. You can't say I is not or I am not. You can simply say I'm not. So, using this is necessary. Oops. We can see the example. Okay. So which one of the verb to be should we use? All depends on the subject. And I can tell you, these are the mistakes that most of the people will make. Even when I'm talking about this table, you find it's easy to use, but when it comes to real life, people may overlook the subject of a sentence, so they will make mistakes. So not only because it's M hours were, now we go through one by one. For example, I using them. Stephen is using its. My brother is using its. It, of course, it's a short form of its. And you are. And I are. You're he are. I am. I am. Tom isn't. He is interested in music. Jane isn't. She is a student. Those people, more than one. We use aren't. They are Australia. It's sunny today, but it isn't warm. Okay, we stop here a while.